don't know why I keep hoping you'll grow out of this tomboy thing.
I won't. I'm a lesbian.
Hello everybody, I'm cocoacosmos and I want to talk about this movie so bad. At first this was planned as ship talk, which I haven't done in a while, but decided it would be more or less the same. So, commentary it is. This movie is something else. It's not a bad movie, but it definitely ain't the friends to lover story you should aspire to. Their first meeting. New neighbors are moving in and rumor has it, there's a new kid in town. The boys thought Monica was a boy too and said she could play basketball with them. But of course, since she's a girl, they gotta heckle her and say she's bad at basketball. They were getting smoked too until one got a bit too rough. Mom is mad because she's not girly enough, but Dad says she'll be alright. I gotta ask though, were the lawns back then that rough? Quincy's home life was pretty average, I would say. His dad being kinda stern and his mom being nurturing. Then Monica and Quincy meet officially as neighbors and start talking ball. It gets a little competitive because Quincy's dad is a player. Kids are so funny, man. Her mom is a homemaker, and the more she watches her mom, the more it seems she dislikes that type of lifestyle. She's very much a tomboy. The next day, Quincy shows up to ride with her to school when he hastily asks her out and says they should kiss after she agrees. They go behind the bushes because they doing stuff they ain't supposed to be doing. You know, kids being kids. They kiss for 5 seconds and go back to their bikes. Then when he starts adding stipulations, they go back and forth and start fighting, thus breaking up. Kids really are funny, man. They're in high school now, both on the basketball teams, when Monica gets ejected from a game for unsportsmanlike conduct. Even worse, the coach from UCLA was there. At breakfast, her parents are telling her to step back from basketball and start looking for a backup plan. Well, her dad is. Her mom just wants her to be more feminine and says being a tomboy is just a phase. Also, Quincy became a whore. Back then, he would be called a ladies' man though. He's a star basketball player, everybody loves him. The girls even try to get to him through Monica because they're besties. On the ride home from the game, they read the note that Shawnee gave her, and it becomes a discussion about how everybody is a whore now. Then it turns into gender inequality in basketball. Monica acts just like Quincy, but she's the one that gets punished. Quincy's parents are now fighting because of his dad's job, always working those late nights. They used to have a loving marriage, if you recall. Quincy gets sick of the yelling, so he pays Monica a visit and makes a pallet on her floor. Monica's sister Lena is braiding her hair while they talk about the upcoming dance. Lena found Monica a date, a college guy. Sana and Regina have really been working together since forever. They're so pretty. Another girls' game. Monica is ready. The college scouts are here, her bestie is ready to cheer her on. All she has to do is keep her composure. Buckets. They're up by 1. Foul. Monica gets agitated but still remains cool. Free throws, they're down by 1. They got 10 seconds. Another foul and it's over. Time for the dance, I guess. She's all made up and it's a pretty sentimental moment between her mom, and sister. Quincy came with Shawnee and Monica comes in looking super different. Uncomfortable, but pretty. So pretty that bro ditched his date. Here comes their dates asserting dominance. Dances back in the day looked so fun, and the music always hit. I really forgot this man's name, but Monica's date starts getting a bit fresh, and she sends him off to get drinks. Quincy comes over and checks on her, then goes off the slow dance. It was this moment that we can see Quincy wants Monica, and Monica might want him a little bit too. Not gonna lie, this scene was kinda sexy. I need me one of these moments. Monica makes it home and starts getting unready and sees litter on her table. I think it's from college. Then she notices Quincy's home. There's a bit of banter asking how their so-called dates went.
I couldn't remember how many offensive boards I had in the championship.
4.
What?
Yeah, 4 offensive rebounds.
I think this counts as flirting. Then they open the letter together because of Monica's nervousness, and she's in. Hooray! They're going to the same college! How'd that turn into a kiss? Oh, okay then. Oh, alright then. Eat each other's faces off. What happened?
Come on.
Oh. Well, if you watch the movie, y'all know what happens next. And if you haven't, oh, come on. Woo! crazy because she did the deed in her grandmother's pearl necklace. Important to note that this is also her first time. College time. Team practice. She's kind of getting her ass kicked, not gonna lie. But Quincy and Monica are dating! Yay! Bro got groupies though.
You the only one I know who's for real.
I love you too.
That's not what he said. Back to practice whooping her ass. Oh, she got a basket. But she just got scored on. Now she's in trouble. Monica is just straight up not having a good time. And now apparently she's a villain? Then here comes a strip one-on-one game.
All spam loving basketball, baby.
He said it! He said it!
I guess this was their foreplay. Moving along, we see both Quincy and Monica's games and practices. Quincy is still a star, and Monica is still grinding to get in the game. Afterwards, Quincy and his dad are hanging out at the bar, and Q is going on about how great a player he is, and he's heard that he's already being sought after. His dad isn't having it, and advises him to get that degree before he starts talking pro league. His dad then reveals he's caught up in a maternity suit involving some girl that he totally doesn't know. She's just some groupie that's pregnant out of nowhere that is just claiming he's the dad. Totally untrue. Then Q signs an autograph while that just kinda hangs in the air. When Q gets home, he talks to his mom about the rumor and tries to cheer her up, saying it's obviously a scam. Well, his mom gathered proof that he was having an affair, and that baby gotta be his. Q gives her a hug to comfort her and just lets her cry out all the emotion. Q tells Monica what's going on, and she lends her ear until she realizes what time it is. She's got curfew, and if she's late, she doesn't play. Q says it's fine, but dear viewer, it was 100% not fine. Another day, another game, but Quincy ain't playing like Quincy. Probably because his mind is elsewhere, but Monica is out on that court showing her skill. Somebody got hurt at her last game, so they finally put her in. And they win! Quincy didn't though. Monica went from benched to starting. Party time! That shoe on the other foot now. Monica is excited, but Quincy is sulking, ignoring her, and flirting with another girl in plain sight. When Monica confronts him, it takes a turn, and he's trying to redirect. It doesn't work though, because he's clearly drunk and he leaves. Monica offers to come later, but he says he's got curfew. He walks into his dorm to see his dad sitting on the couch and trying to talk about the family situation. And the way the dad speaks, you know this was made in the era of respect the father no matter what. Like, he sat there and said, "Are you so perfect to judge me?" to his son. Then blamed his wife for getting pregnant at 19 and blamed her for his cheating. He lied to protect him. Bro is a class act for real. Q says he's decided to drop out and go pro since they're being so honest. Monica drops by the next day after a game and, who's this now? Q knows he was wrong for this. Monica leaves and takes a visit home. She runs into her mom leaving as she's pulling in, and it's obvious Monica is not cool right now. Q and Monica meet up that night, and they start arguing about how Q feels like he's being pushed to the side for basketball, and Monica thinks he doesn't want her to shine if he doesn't. He said something hurtful, and ultimately, it turns into them breaking up. Then he drops the news that he's leaving school too, imploding his entire life pretty much, and then says they can be friends. All of this during the freshman year in college, mind you. Like, imagine dealing with all this, playing basketball, then you gotta turn around and write a 5-page research paper. Monica's a pro player in Spain. Their coach is giving them a pep talk, but Monica doesn't know what's going on, so she asks a teammate. Basically, just pass the ball to Monica. Then she runs into the girl whose spot she took back in college playing opposite of her. Monica's team won the championship, and the girls talk guys and career. Monica's homesick. Q is still playing too, until he gets an injury. That damn ACL, always the damn ACL. His ball playing days are over. When his dad comes to the hospital to check on him, apparently it's been 5 years since he's last seen him. Q's parents are now divorced. They have a bit of a talk with his dad trying to tell him his life isn't over, and Q wants to know why his dad wasn't just a better person. He had no true answer and leaves. Monica! They catch up after all these years, but it is a bit awkward, no matter what she's saying. They talk about how Monica is doing, and she's thinking of taking a break from basketball for a while, when Tyra Banks walks in playing the role of Kara, Quincy's fiance. She doesn't even notice Monica standing by the table of gifts for the longest time. Monica is shocked to hear that Q has a fiance and takes her leave.
Monica, I really appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Oh! Monica drops by her mom's house and they gossip a little about Kara. Monica's mom doesn't like her, but says Monica should just let it go essentially. Then that childhood trauma comes out about how they're polar opposites where they blame each other for not being close. Monica pretty much lets out all her feelings about how her mother is just a spineless housewife when... Oh! Well, apparently, since her mom got pregnant twice, what she wanted wasn't important anymore. It's a whole lot, but long story short, her mom still doesn't support her to this day. Because she's still not girly enough, not feminine enough, and says Monica didn't even notice her not at her games when she was younger. But she did. Kids do notice those things. Cue the next step in life montages. Q is healing and moving, and Monica is changing professions, it seems. They run into each other and do a little chit chat about the wedding. Then it turns into why Monica didn't want to play ball anymore, and thinking of doing the same, going back to school and all. But Q still can't comprehend why Monica is not wanting to play anymore. Lena visits with the baby for a bit and leaves Monica and her mom alone again. But this time, her mom hypes her up to fight for Quincy. Terrible, just awful, honestly. Q and Monica have a talk in the middle of the night like they used to do, with Monica pouring out her heart, but Quincy gets mad about it, pretty much saying everything doesn't work on her time. Then she suggests the game for his heart. Genuinely ridiculous. Even egging him on, saying if he don't want her, simply don't lose. Then the big game happens. So incredibly ridiculous. They played a 5. His leg is still messed up, by the way, but he takes off the brace anyways. I think this is supposed to be suspenseful or something, but I just can't take it serious. I'm sorry. Quincy wins, much to Monica's disappointment. But then, Quincy asks for a double or nothing game. They kiss. Now, this is why people say this is not a romance film at all. Imagine you're 2 weeks away from your wedding, you're intertwining your lives, and by morning, you've lost your fiance in a goddamn basketball game. The crash out would be legendary. But they get married and have a baby, and Monica returns to basketball. I think they're married anyway. I didn't see any rings. Happy ending! I think. I like this movie, but I don't like how it ends being in It's Always Been You situation. Because for Q, it most definitely has not always been Monica. It's also kind of ridiculous to dump your current fiance over a bet with this girl you hadn't talked to in 5 years. Makes it seem like him doing the whole shebang about how everything isn't about her before mean nothing. He was itching to get back with her in reality. It makes it seem like he just moved on because Monica wasn't right there anymore. On Monica's end, I didn't like how she kept begging to be with Quincy throughout the movie. It seems like after she hit puberty, everything was about Q. Whether it's everybody kissing his ass because he's good at the game, or he's done something to hurt her feelings or piss her off. Then when it's a good day, she's moving forward in her basketball journey, she has her eyes on the prize, Q takes it personal. Monica was right. If things aren't going right for him, nobody should be happy. And I get what Quincy was going through was awful and upsetting. It would be bad for anyone. But he's asking her to put him before basketball when she's trying her damnedest just to get in the game. He knew who he was dating. Of all people, he should have understood what it meant for her. Instead, he punished her for leaving that night, saying she was ignoring him because the absolute one time Q wasn't front and center, he couldn't handle it. Y'all can feel free to cook me on that take. I have a feeling people aren't gonna agree. But Q didn't have to do all that with the party and the breakup. I get he was coping badly, but she offered to check in with him and he said no and went to go flirt with another girl. He let go the one person that has always been on his team faithfully this entire time. And after all that, Monica was still begging to be with him, when she did nothing wrong. Nearly gives up her entire career that she's been working for all this time because of him. Didn't talk to him for 5 years and he's engaged. Still begs to be with him. This man is not that great. He was a womanizer before, unable to take accountability after, and still can't properly communicate. But they get together and have a baby for the sake of a happy ending. This is why friends to lovers is my least favorite trope. All friends don't need to be together for the sake of it, man. And I'm not saying friends should never date, but if the breakup was like this, do not give it another go. because there's a good chance it's gonna happen like that again. But what do y'all think? What other movies or couples you want me to analyze? Let me know in the comments below. Cocoa Cosmos out.